What's up everyone, welcome back to Own the Hunt. Today I'm going to give you my thoughts and a review on the AGM Neith digital night vision scope. Stick around. Alrighty guys, well we are back here in the Own the Hunt studio for another product review. I'm going to keep this one relatively short. I'm going to give you guys my likes, my dislikes, and everything in between on this AGM Neith scope. Before I get into too much detail guys, I just want to give a huge shout out to Logan at Fall River Shooters. If you guys are in the market for a digital night vision scope, a thermal scope, or even a daytime glass optic, give Logan a shout out at Fall River Shooters. You can get him on his website at fallrivershooters.com or on his Facebook, Fall River Shooters. Logan is very responsive to messages, so hit him up, let him know Cody at Own the Hunt sent you. Alright, now on to this product review guys. This is the AGM Neith digital night vision scope. I've been sitting on this scope for several months now, needing to do a review, and I gotta tell you guys, this scope's kind of cool. It's not my favorite digital night vision scope, but it definitely has its place in the night vision scope market. One of the things I really like about this scope is its size and weight. This scope is really compact and lightweight. The other thing I love about the scope is it runs on 18650 batteries. Comes with 2 of them, gives you plenty of runtime for a full night of hunting, you guys. Really love the battery system on this scope. Battery goes in the top here, plenty of runtime. Another thing I love about this scope and all AGM scopes is that it comes with an integrated American Defense mount, okay? If you guys know anything about American Defense, they make phenomenal mounts for scopes, and this one is no slouch. Single QD connection, okay? Flip it open, put it on your Picatinny rail on your rifle, close it up, you're good to go. These things return to zero and they are incredibly well made. Next thing I really like about this scope is it's feature packed. This scope has picture-in-picture, allows you to zoom in on a smaller image and keep a larger image down below with your big field of view. This scope features a 2.5 power base magnification, which is really perfect for hog hunting and for coyote hunting. It's kind of the best of both worlds. It's not a super long range optic, but it's also not a super short range optic. So kind of sits there in the middle. It's going to fit the needs of most hog hunters and coyote hunters. Last feature I really like about this scope is it has a built-in infrared light. If you guys know anything about digital night vision, they rely on an additional light source such as infrared light. This scope has a built-in infrared light and it works pretty darn good. The new AGM Neith has a built-in infrared light and a built-in laser rangefinder. Costs a little bit more money, a couple $100, but if you would like a laser rangefinder, it's definitely worth that extra bit of money. Next thing I really like on this scope is its lens cap, you guys. This lens cap is really nicely done, flips open really nice, and it's movable to either side. Okay, so let's talk about the things I don't like about this scope, you guys. I hate rubber eye cups. This one has one. It's kind of a fixed rubber eye cup. It's part of the scope. I don't like it. I know a lot of guys that love them, a lot of guys that use them. That's cool with me. That's great. Next thing I don't like about the scope, the battery door. It takes quite a bit of force to screw it in tight enough so that the battery's good and tight so it's not going to move and shut your scope off from recoil. Another thing I really don't like about this scope is the digital zoom. This wheel is awesome. I love the wheel. I love wheels for zooming on scopes, but it's very sensitive. When you zoom this in, one click, that's all it takes to go and double your magnification. So if this scope's at 2x, 2.5 power base mag, you click that one time, you're now at double that at 5 power. You click it again, you're now at 10 power, and so on. And what I don't like about that is it's very sensitive. So if you're trying to zoom in on a target and you click it a couple times, now you've zoomed in way too far and you've lost a lot of your image clarity. And that brings me to my next con on this scope is this scope does not hold up well to magnification digitally. It really pixelates and it becomes unusable out past 10x. So keep that in mind. It's totally usable at 5x. Like if you just double the base mag and you run 5x, so like if you're gonna run your picture-in-picture on this, that'll be 5x, and then your base image will be 2.5x, which is the base mag on this scope. totally doable, works just fine. But when you zoom in out much beyond that, you're really losing a ton of image clarity with this scope, and that's a big downfall. Something else I really like about this scope I forgot to mention is the contrast and brightness settings. The scope has 10 levels of each, and so you can really dial in your image to fit your needs, to fit the conditions outside, the weather conditions, things like that. I love that AGM bumped up from a 5-level contrast and brightness setting to a 10 level. It really lets you dial that in, get it much more crisp. The focus ring on this scope works really well, but the downside to that is that when you're trying to focus it, you're gonna put your hand in front of that infrared light. So it's kind of awkward. I found myself kind of using both hands and trying to use my fingers to focus it. And that was kind of awkward, and I just didn't really like it. So just understand that when you're trying to focus your image, you kind of need to be able to see your image. And if it's nighttime and you're using this built-in infrared light, then now you're gonna cover that up unless you reach way over the scope and try to do it that way. It just gets kind of awkward. I don't love that. I would recommend this scope to anyone that's going to pair it with an additional infrared light, such as a Sniper Hog Lights Coyote Cannon or a Sniper Hog Lights 66 LRX. I really think this scope shines when you give it better infrared light. In fact, I think all night vision scopes shine when you give them a better and proper infrared light. I kind of think AGM just threw this infrared light in here because they use the exact same body housing that they used on their AGM Varmint, which is a thermal scope, which has a built-in laser rangefinder. So on the Varmint, the laser rangefinder's up here. On the Neith, they put an infrared light in there. I kind of feel like it was a waste. I think they should have built this scope in the AGM Rattler housing, which doesn't use a LRF. It doesn't have a laser rangefinder. It would have omitted that because I just think it's a waste. Honestly, no one's really going to use it. The people that are going to use this with this integrated light are the people that are hunting super close range, hogs at 50 yards, things like that. And if that's what you're doing, this is going to work extremely well, and you're going to have a really slim, streamlined, lightweight package on your rifle. You're not going to have a big heavy light, IR light out in front of your rail, something like that. So this would work extremely well for a hog hunter shooting at really close ranges, 50 yards and in, going to work awesome. Even 75 yards, going to work awesome. I did find that the included infrared light on here really struggled out beyond 150 yards. Once you got out beyond 150, everything starts to kind of die off. You lose a lot of that IR and that whitewash back that comes back at you when it reflects off a target. So at around 150 yards or so, I feel like this IR light really starts to fall off and becomes kind of not usable. Aside from all of that, guys, this scope's pretty solid. It's extremely well built. The battery system's great, like I mentioned. Comes with a really nice padded case to transport it in, things like that. It's gonna hold zero extremely well with that American Defense mount. And all in all, it's a pretty awesome scope if it meets your needs. Do I think there are better digital night vision scopes on the market? Yes, I do. I think there are scopes that provide a better image quality with proper IR light, and I think that there are better scopes that zoom in and hold their image quality better through digital magnification. But hey, if you guys are just looking for something to throw on a rifle that's lightweight, compact, and you can shoot a target at 50 to 75 yards with everything that's included in the case, the AGM Neith might just be for you. And don't forget, guys, if you're looking for a night vision scope, thermal scope, or a nice daytime optic, hit up Logan at fallrivershooters.com. See you soon.